Hey there, champs. In today's round, we're gonna be talking about the next lightweight fight between Lomachenko and Kambosos. And this fight, it is going to be for a vacant lightweight title belt, and it's gonna be held in Australia. But before we get into the video, if you guys are not subscribed, please punch and knock out that subscription button. That way you will never see it again, and ding the notification bell. That way you will never miss any of my new boxing videos. Alright guys, let's get to the round. Ding ding. Alright champs, let's get started. And this fight was possible because Devin Haney was supposed to come down to 135 to defend all 4 of his belts after he defeated Regis Prograis. But after he fought Regis Prograis, he said that he could not make 135 anymore. I already kinda knew that he was not gonna come down to 135 to defend them belts, because when he was at 135 trying to make weight, he was not able to do it on the first try. He had to do it like 2 or 3 times. I believe he was really draining himself, and he looked like he could have starred on Michael Jackson's Thriller. He looked just like Michael Jackson in Thriller, guys. I was gonna start calling him Devin Jackson. And I also know this by experience because on summer I go way down in weight. I love being ripped and having a 6-pack. I even stand out at the gym. I am always the fittest guy at the gym, where everybody is supposed to be at least somewhat fit, or at least working to get there. So I always knew Devin Haney was not gonna come down in weight again. I always thought him saying that he's gonna come down to 135 to defend the titles was a business move, but I knew he never intended to defend the titles again at 135, just for him to say that he has some leverage, saying that he is the undisputed champion at 135. And after him defeating Regis Prograis, he becomes the champion at 140, so he can say that he holded belts simultaneously in different weight classes, thus making him look like a bigger star and a way better fighter, which he is. This guy is an incredible fighter, top level talent for sure, guys. But after he defeated Regis Prograis, he stated that he's never gonna go down to 135 again. So because of that, he relinquished all the belts. So now all the belts are vacant, and every top level fighter must fight each other to earn the belts. One of the belts was vacant for Edwin de los Santos and Shakur Stevenson to fight for. And in this fight, we know Shakur Stevenson fought the fight with a broken hand, but he came down victorious, and he is the champion now. Because he is the champion now, even though if he would have been offered for the other vacant belt against either Lomachenko or Kambosos, he would have still had a broken hand and still would have had to heal to fight his next fight. I am not sure if he is completely healed yet or not, but I doubt it. And I believe one of the other belts was supposed to go to Tank Davis. But as we all know, Tank Davis refused the belt. He said that he did not want to earn the belt that way and wants it in blood. But I do not believe that with Tank. I think he refused that belt so he would not fight his mandatories that come with the belt. There are 2 types of fighters, avoided and avoiding, and Tank is the most avoiding fighter I've ever seen. This guy avoids everybody. So you know that's the reason he doesn't want to become champion. So the other belt is vacant as well, and it's gonna go to Lomachenko and Kambosos to fight in Australia. I am not sure why it's in Australia and not in the States, but I mean, I'm still gonna watch it no matter where it's at. I believe this fight is going to be good, and it's gonna be a pretty close fight, but I still have Lomachenko winning. And I know some content creators out there are saying, why is Lomachenko getting all these fights, and why is he ranked so high up there in the rankings? Yes, with a record of 17-3, it is not a very good record on paper. I'm not sure why he is so up there with this kind of record. I don't think anybody else with a record of 17-3 could get so many title shots. Not just that, be praised so high up there with all the greats like Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson. But I believe this is where things get interesting. I believe he does get praised all the way up there because of his record. 17-3. Well, these are 17-3 top level fighters. I believe it's the quality of opposition that he fought. Guys, go to BoxRec and check out all the names that he fought with 17-3. all of them are A-class fighters. I believe his second fight was against Salido, but he lost that fight. I get that. But the same thing goes, it was against Salido. And not just that, Salido came in overweight, I believe like 20 something pounds. Do not recall the exact number, but it was ridiculously overweight. Even after the fight, Salido was asked, why did you come so heavy? And he goes, oh, I just could not make the weight. I've been fighting in this weight class for years and I just couldn't cut the weight. Which I believe it was BS. I think he did that on purpose so he could have a win over Lomachenko. Even though it was Lomachenko's second fight, he was already highly praised because of his amateur background. I believe he had like 400 wins and only one loss, and he avenged that loss twice. I also believe if Salido would have came in making weight, Lomachenko would have won that fight. Even though Lomachenko did very well against a real heavy Salido. And this was only his second fight. I believe they try to do this with Carmel Moulton as well. I believe Carmel Moulton's first fight was against an undefeated fighter. But this undefeated fighter was really 4-0 and has yet to be tested. But people could say he was undefeated because that statement is true. It is nearly not the same as Lomachenko coming in his second fight and fighting Salido. That is a much better accolade. Not taking anything away from Carmel Moulton, he is the only boxer that I could compare to what Lomachenko was trying to do. And what Lomachenko did was miles away from Mr. Carmel Moulton, even though you can just see the raw talent on Carmel Moulton. I believe this guy is going to be a really good fighter or a great fighter, but it is way too early to see that. But if Mayweather is saying that he's going to be great, that's all I really need to hear. Mayweather has a good eye for raw talent and he's hardly ever wrong. So I have high hopes for Carmel Moulton. So every time Lomachenko fought, he stepped up his competition. And you don't really see any other boxer do that, not at all. Lomachenko is the definition of a throwback fighter. The next throwback fighter right next to him is Teofimo Lopez, and Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez already fought. So these two guys are the definition of throwback fighters. Teofimo Lopez started fighting really good competition in his 10th fight. This is unheard of as well. And also, if you keep fighting the best competition, of course you're gonna lose sometimes. They can't all be Floyd Mayweather, but I don't believe Mayweather did that as well. Mayweather didn't start fighting really good competition in his second fight. Every boxer even starts stepping it up at his 20th fight. Look at Boots Ennis. How many wins does he have and how many champions and top level fighters has he beaten? So that's why I believe a boxer with 17-3 Lomachenko is getting all these fights and praises. And so is Teofimo Lopez, actually my favorite fighter today. I hope this clears up everything with these boxing fans with egos. Who do you guys have winning? Lomachenko or Kambosos? I got Loma. But if you like the show, watch another video and subscribe, guys. I gotta roll.